Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds, hang out with these nerds.
I'm Ted.
I'm Ryan.
And today we have a chock full weekly wrap from Nerdarchy for you guys.
If you managed to miss anything, all the links are down below, the website, all the different stuff, here on the YouTubes.
Yeah, all the videos we put up, all the articles, find them in the description below. We don't even have time to talk about any of that stuff though this week because, first of all, I want to thank my boy John Lemon Wyatt from Austin, Texas. That's right, all the way from Austin, Texas. If you guys happen to be in Austin, Texas, and you're looking for your local Friendly Flags gaming store, you can check out his store. And he sent us these nifty shirts. Here, you can have yours. You get a shirt, and you get a shirt.
And a shirt for you. Bees! This shirt comes with bees. There you go. So, friendly local gaming store. Although, when you enter, you do have to sing Deep in the Heart of Texas, like in the Pee Wee Herman movie.
Nice.
So, t-shirt, bam.
So yeah, go check out Nerdstock, the gaming center. I think it's and also too, like one of the things he did a survey, and we helped him out with it on our fan page. And so some of you guys actually helped pick the name.
Yeah, I may have weighed in on that.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool.
Group, yeah.
Next up, what else do we got going on? Real quick, let's mention.
Couple of things going on at the top.
Later today, this evening, depending on where you are in
time
the
zone
world,
or in the world, yeah.
Yeah, we have our second episode of 9 of the Nag. We're going to be discussing RPGs, D&D, and all that good stuff. Q&A with a couple of our patrons from the top tier level, and we want to thank you guys, all of you guys that are patrons to Nerdarchy, but especially these guys who we've reached deep into their wallet to help us out. It's awesome.
And showing much support.
So hang out with Nerdarchy later on. You'll get to see some group chat going on.
Was that 6 p.m. Eastern?
6 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time, right.
And
so that's happening.
So pretty much when that's over, you got something going on to continue.
Yeah, a little after that's over. I think within like a span of just a half-hour window after that ends, I'll be playing, or Rhett Bruck, our friend and buddy, Rhett
our
Bruck,
Dungeon Master Extraordinaire,
is running epic encounters. So it's basically going to be 20th level characters. This is the second installment of that, and he's depowered it significantly and created much more substantial threat.
He's depowered it, and not only that, he's looking for revenge after you guys smack down his Tarrasque.
Poor Tarrasque. Only you can prevent Tarrasque abuse. So yeah, it's 20th level characters. He got rid of the epic boons. He got rid of a lot of the gear. You get one uncommon item. So it's pretty much a straight up 20th level character. I'm going with a magical weapon because most things you need a magical weapon to harm them. So
or they'll have resistance and you'll only do half damage.
Right, okay. Which is not, unless you're a super damagey character, not very worthwhile.
So that's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern
Standard Time.
Right.
Yeah. So that's happening.
That's that. So also, our friends over at Dungeon Crawler have a Kickstarter going on right now.
Speaking of Tarrasques.
Speaking of Tarrasques, they have the Behemoth, which we are very much hoping kicks, so that Ted can get a Behemoth of his own.
Absolutely.
Which it basically looks like dinosaur Tarrasque.
So what they're doing is they're kind of specializing in filling the niche for what used to be colossal-sized monsters, which we don't have anymore.
Right. This is a thing that literally you can't get.
5e stopped it at Gargantuan, and while they say that things can get bigger and whatever have you, this is Gargantuan by 5e standards.
Now, if you want to show those models that you have, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm going to show. So, they make little things like maybe a Periton flying by. Medium.
That would be a medium size by standards.
We have an undead Fairbolg. Like, there we go with that guy.
Yep. And if you look at them compared to this guy,
and if you compare them,
so this is a large creature, right? So that's a pretty substantial size differential.
Now the colossal size in Ages Past, it's a 8x8 square that it takes up. Well, the Kraken that Dungeon Crawler had put out on a Kickstarter previously is on that same 8 base, but as opposed to it being square like the Colossal Red, this is on a round.
Now, this thing is super sweet. It looks wicked. I'm loving it. Now, the only thing is, though, I'm a little disappointed in the size difference. I wish they would have stood them up a little bit more And yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
we're thinking we could do a monster versus monster, right? Here, I let him square off.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just like not impressive. He's like, "What are
Yeah.
you gonna do, little guy? What are you gonna do?" But now that being said, if you actually stand the Kraken up,
He's almost comparable.
yeah, he gets closer in size. But I would have liked to seen him standing on his tentacles or maybe up
Yeah.
on a rock or something.
So it is kind of cool that these are extra pieces that you can buy, but you could get like all 8 of the tentacles. Like, they have 8 tentacles,
Yeah.
right? Like Octopus.
My
So-
plan is, since there's one tentacle on the base, on the big base.
Unless you're doing a hentai game, and then in that case you need about 50 of those.
Yeah,
My plan is, since there's one on the base, you know, that they gave us one, I'm gonna grab 2 more of the big tentacles and then 4 of the small size tentacles, so that if you field this thing, you can literally drop
Tentacles all over the
seven
place.
minis all over the place without it completely, you know, destroying the battlefield with the massive tentacles.
Now, I will say, like, if you look at that tentacle compared to the large figure, it's a lot bigger. It's almost double
Absolutely.
the size.
Yeah, if you, I mean, you're looking at, it's pretty crazy, but it's on the same size base.
I would love to have my my players encounter a Kraken and have all 8 of those tentacles and just put them all around.
so they
the
can
party.
see how bone they are.
Yeah.
Also, too, you lay down. We usually lay the white cloth down under the board, but you put like a blue one down.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so it's water.
Yeah, and there you go. Bob's your uncle.
So the other thing is, you know, these kind of tentacles, they could be used for, say, a Vard's black tentacles if you're using like
Oh yeah, yeah,
spell
absolutely.
stuff, or if you want to have some kind of, you know, weird paraphernalia.
If you just
going
want
on.
to use tentacles, let's
exactly.
face it.
Yeah.
So
doesn't?
the Kickstarter is going on. The link is down below. It's a little over 2 weeks left. If you're not into having a mini of the Tarask, check out but you like minis, check out the other stuff that they have so that you can support this. There's a lot of people out there who want to see this thing kick, myself included. And you know, the guys over in Dungeon Crawler, they sent us this stuff to kind of help spread the word, spread the message. Let's see if we can pull
Yeah.
your nerdarchy
So,
fans out there.
did we say with the pricing, if you just were after the behemoth from the Kickstarter, what that price is out to?
I don't have the prices off the top of my
Isn't
head
it like
in
80,
US.
90 unpainted?
It's if in US dollars, I think it's 60 if you want it unpainted, a little bit more if you want it painted. There's 2 different versions that you can get. You can get more of the white-esque paint job or the dark brown-esque paint job. The white is going to be for Kickstarter exclusive, so if you don't grab that one now, it's not
You
going to
will
happen.
never get it.
Ever.
But I don't know how many Tarask / behemoths you really need at your table.
True. I'm not saying go for both, although I highly considered it.
Ted was twitching on the wall.
Because the problem with our Tarask encounter before was the
Was
fact
there
that
wasn't a second
it
one?
was just one Tarask. You needed another Tarask.
You needed the baby, and then you fight the mama.
Yeah.
So, but
Son of.
But Dungeon Crawler, Gifted Visions, however you want to look at it, because it says Gifted Visions on the bottom of their mini bases, but
I wonder if that's the manufacturer and Dungeon Crawler's the company.
I don't know, and this is my fault for not doing enough research. But they got a really awesome.
Fear
set
not,
of-
folks at home. We will flog Ted for you later
of course.
And what video of that? They look like Nerdarchy.
with tentacles.
I
but
don't want to be a party of this, man. This is not what I signed up for.
They have a lot of awesome stuff. Most of the stuff does seem to be in the way of monsters and minis, but there is some
Terrain and dressing.
terrain and dressing type things, spell effects like plant vines and tentacles and otherworldly arms. A lot of interesting stuff that you can go out there and grab. So check out the Kickstarter.
Sounds like you just there's one site you can go and run your anime game from it.
Yeah. There you go.
What else do we got for these
So-
folks today?
Oh, our day is not over yet. We have Dungeon Crate.
Oh yes, we're even doing an unboxing. I have no idea what's in this box.
All right, so we start off with a massive D20.
Is this a squishy one?
No,
No,
I was
this
actually
is-
going to throw it at you, but then I realized it was hard.
No, this
And
is,
then you're now fighting the urge because you want to throw it.
and then you've got a D20 coaster.
Nice.
I almost said beer coaster.
Well, hold on, let's
yes,
see.
I'm
Let me
going to take this to put beer on now.
Let me see. Okay, so you guys can see that.
So from the Bones line, you have a Pillar of Good. Hold that guy up.
To fend off your tentacles, you need a pillar of good. It's pretty cool. It's pretty goodly.
These are the size of the dice that Scott rolls, right? He comes with the big dice.
Our friends over at Advanced Deployment that they do 3D printed and plastic stuff. They tossed out some tokens, some bardic inspiration and blessing tokens.
I lost inspiration. Oh no!
You're uninspired.
It's down by you. I'm not getting fresh.
We got a couple coins in this month's box as well.
Okay. Well, yeah, we always get some coins. What are these? Do we have any idea what our coins are this month? Got a little coin.
All right, I'm gonna sneak in with some bardic inspiration.
It's a Shire penny.
Oh, nice, from the Hobbit.
And a harpy coin.
Oh, nobody wants a case of the harpy. There's a bless.
You get a adventure, the Shrine of the Earth Barons, and it's one of those little one-card things. It's got all the information on it, as well as a map.
Oh, they're kind of cool. I love those.
I dig the one session all in one card type situation. And the last thing we get happens to be from the dungeon crawler people. They have a raven.
The harpy coin. That's not from the Sons of the Harpy, is it? From Game of Thrones? I don't think so.
Our inspiration for starting Dungeon Crate, Rare Elements Foundry makes amazing detailed coins for your game. Harpy coin features intricate detailing on the front and back. Doesn't say anything about.
Just intricate detail.
Yep.
Where's that one card adventure thing? Thingamabob. We have Shrine of the Earth Barons. Guys can see that. It's cool. You got a little map thing there. And then we got some kind of. Looks like an elemental to me, sort of. Not an elemental, I mean a golem, but I don't think it is. It looks kind of cool. It's just the outline, so it's kind of hard to say. Plus, it's got the writing on it. Well, that's going to be a pain in the ass to read.
Oh no.
So that's Dungeon Crate. I'm always happy with how much stuff they managed to shove in there. Really.
So what do we got? We got 2 coins. We got a coaster. We got a giant D20.
You got
the blessing tokens.
You got the blessing token, the bardic inspiration tokens. You got the dungeon dressing of a pillar. You get a raven mini, which is always good for those looking for.
Oh yeah, the angel. This is really sweet. I mean, it probably doesn't show up real good on the camera because it's all white.
Yeah, that's hard.
But after it's after this is painted up, this is really cool. I would actually want more of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, to put to slap down. It's almost like a tease.
The raven miniature is really good for those looking to have something to represent.
I totally
familiar.
missed the raven miniature. Did we show the raven? miniature?
I thrust it before the camera. Yes.
Nice.
And that's also by our friends over at Dungeon Crawler.
Oh, score more dungeon crawling goodness.
And I had considered, with my pledge on their Kickstarter of adding the Raven, but fortunately there's not a whole lot of plethora of pictures of the other stuff. But it's like, for the Raven it's only like $1, I think. So I was like, well, do I want one? Do I not want one? And well, there's one in the dungeon.
Now you have one.
There you go.
Although you're gonna need a lot more if you want to swarm.
True.
A murder. You need a lot more for a murder.
All right, well, you could drop a 20 and just boom, 20 of them.
There you go. Well, how do you feel about your dungeon crate this month, Ted?
I'm happy with it.
Had you already opened it up and gone through it?
I did.
He's like a little kid at Christmas. He can't wait.
Yeah, I can't do the live unboxing. I get the stuff and I gotta look at it.
He gets the shakes. It's horrible. It's
Twitch. What is it?
Give me plastic. So, how do you feel about paying for Dungeon Crate this month?
Good.
Yeah.
So are we going to possibly see that adventure pop up in one of our near future games?
I'm not a huge fan of the prepared adventures.
On the plus side, it's
only
really
one card.
short.
Well,
So
they are things that you can nitpick and steal different things from.
This is not for 5e though. It's for Pathfinder.
Oh no!
All I had to do was look at the DC for a disabled device of 31 and be like, yeah, that's not 5e.
You can always convert. It's
Yes, and
just cut those numbers in half, just about.
Yeah, it is pretty much. I would say though, I think it's a cool idea, and I like the one card adventure. The only thing is, I'm getting up there in age, and I'm like,
you can't read it.
Well, especially when you overprinted on something that's like a mid-tone gray, like that golem piece. Like that's a bit of a printing no-no.
Yeah, that's brutal. I mean, the picture is really cool, but I don't think they were thinking as far as this is really
legibility.
This is going to be really hard to read.
It's like metal and hardcore bands where like the font looks really cool, but you have no idea what it actually says. Like, oh, that looks neat.
I think it's just Dave's eyes. I can read it just fine.
It could be. I'm old. What do you want?
You know, like there's plenty of gamers that are older. This hobby's been around since like the 70s. So.
Indeed.
Like 73, something like that, I believe.
So
I don't know. What do you think, Ryan? What do you think of the gray on?
yeah, I can read it, but I just don't think it's a good call. Like
I'll be sitting at my table like this with it, and you see.
yeah, the PCC. I mean, you guys. yeah.
Yeah. So what else we got going on? Like, I think we went through that stuff pretty quick. We were a little concerned about this video, to be honest with you guys. We're like, we got all this stuff to show you.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do, video after video of us just showing off
Shoving
stuff.
things into the camera. Yeah. So there's the two games that are going on later tonight. Thank you to all the people that patronize us, and that's well in the works and coming up for the beginning of next month.
I did my session 0 with Ladies of the Nag.
Ladies of the Nag, yeah, that was cool. I caught some of that.
I got 3 players. I don't know if I'm going to fill it out with 1 or 2 more lady gamers. We have one person that was supposed to be in it looks a little iffy.
Yeah.
Just-
Circumstances are going on and whatever. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so what you're saying is, hit you up on Facebook if.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're a lady gamer and you're interested in joining this game, I definitely have room for 1 more, possibly 2 more. And we're going to be running this. The idea is that we're going to run this game once a month, like we do all of our Nerdarchy games. And we're shooting to have the second Friday night of the month, and make this an ongoing thing. I'm thinking. I told them like 3, and I said in the session 0 like 3 to 6 sessions figure on. But if we're having so much fun, we don't want to end it. We can keep going. If you guys overwhelmingly want to keep watching it, that would also give us the impetus to keep going with it as well. So there's some factors to be considered in there.
Oh, I should also mention that the game I'm running, the fan game for the Nag, is coming up at the end of the month. Last week's video, we announced to people. I'm still waiting for my RSVPs, so if you happen to be watching this video and you're one of my players, please reply to my email back. It's my name, Ryan Freeall, @gmail, that you would have gotten an email from. So I'm waiting for people to RSVP for the game, but it's happening at the end of the month. So...
Did you put Nerdarchy in this?
Yeah, I did. I did put it in the subject.
They're like Ryan Fryan.
Yeah.
Who's this putz?
Who was this guy?
I don't even know. So pretty much, like always, everything's in the description below. If you're looking for a link for something we did last week on the YouTubes,
It's down there.
or on the website, you can find it. So until next time,
Stay nerdy.